School of Public Health at UNLV. I'm here to present a video about foodborne microbial pathogens with an all-inclusive attempt to advance the surveillance of foodborne diseases, 7-step process of investigation, and the challenges for the consumers. In 2021, the total amount of illnesses related to pathogen exposure associated with the food net, the typical accounts from 2016 through 2021, the surveillance region contains 15% of the USA, roughly 50 million individuals. During the COVID-19 pandemic, associated measures possibly diminished illness incident and restricted additional rates. Campylobacter and Salmonella causes most illnesses. All-inclusive attempts are needed to advance the safety and surveillance of ready-to-eat foods. Substantial improvements is required to attain national objectives, particularly for Campylobacter and Salmonella. Therefore, urine and stool samples are fundamental for the surveillance and safety of intestinal diseases. Prevention of foodborne illnesses is common and costly, and a 7-step process during the outbreak is essential. The cost of foodborne outbreaks impacts the U.S. financial play by roughly 10 to 83 billion annually. The pandemic-controlled measures influenced intestinal illness could aid interventions to maintain a reduction in their frequency. The Food Net in 2021 reported an 8% diminition in intestinal illnesses compared with the yearly standard from 2016 through 2018, suggesting outcomes of the COVID-19 pandemic. Also, circulated data points from FoodNet in 2020 that carried the incidence of two pandemic-related phenomena that diminished the spread and frequency of intestinal illness because of the control measures and additional rates of the illnesses linked to variation in hospital care, such as the growth of telemedicine. Healthy People 2030 focus on preventing foodborne illnesses by improving food safety practices at home. 1. Clean. Wash your hands for 20 seconds before preparing and eating foods. 2. Separate. Do not cross-contaminate raw foods with ready-to-eat food items. 3. Cook to the right temperature. Fish 145, ground meats 160, poultry 165, and reheat food items to 165. 4. Chill. The food danger zone is 40 degrees Fahrenheit to 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Basically, you have 1 hour from store and 2 hours after cooking to properly store the food items to control the foodborne pathogens. References: